Yo,
What's going on, people?
yo.
What are you saying, my bro?
I'm good, you know.
Welcome,
I'm good.
welcome everybody to the first stream of what I'm gonna say. What we're gonna say is your new favorite podcast. I am JM. This is Al, and this is Twinosphere. Different minds, same roots. So for those that don't know us, we're twins. There's only 9 minutes between us. We'll let you work out who's the older one. But we've got the same upbringing, same environment, but different perspectives and different conclusions. And that is exactly what Twinosphere is. So we're going to be here every Thursday at 12, live 12 on a Thursday, bringing you life inside the Twinosphere. So this is a space where we're going to unpack life. We're going to look at culture, faith, family, and everything else in between, you know, just through honest conversation, different perspectives, and just real life experiences as always. So no scripts, no forced takes, nothing like that. Just real dialogue between me and my bro. You know what I'm trying to say? So make sure you smash that like button, people. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're subbing to the channel. Yeah. And make sure you're stepping into life inside this 20th. Yo, bro, what are you saying, man? What are you saying?
When you were saying like no scripts, I was like, they definitely can tell still because my man's just my man's rambling. Just rambling. I'm like, yo, brother.
I was trying to do it off the dome, you know. Try to do it off the dome.
Nah, it's calm. No, I'm just excited to be here. I think Twinosphere, twins, it's a real deal. People are probably asking, that's not true. You, if you knew us, you would know that one takes after our dad in terms of looks, and one takes more after our mom in terms of looks. And it's just interesting to know that we've been together. We've never really been without a friend. And I think for me, this is probably the most exciting thing about this because of that, 30 plus years. Oh,
That's nice,
jeez.
man.
Yeah, 30 plus years, we've got a lot to talk about, a lot to
100%.
divulge.
A lot to
Yeah,
talk
you guys
about.
can be a fly on the wall.
Literally, man. Literally, bro. So it's been a long time coming. We've been talking about this for a long time. But before that though, we have to address why we're. Do you know? Do you get why man are wearing the shirts and that? Yeah. Listen, people. One thing you need to know about us, Villa fans, avid Villa fans, and someone's gonna watch this back in like 2-3 years and be like, why are these man wearing? I know the Twins, but why? Listen, it's the day after Aston Villa have won the first trophy in 30 years. So
Yeah.
we made sure that today we're just representing. You know what I'm trying to say?
100%.
You get me
Let's go.
3-0.
Up the
You get
Villa.
me 3-0 on the mains.
Up
You
the
know what I mean?
Villa.
So and even that man's on the time limit. Me personally, I've got a parade to reach. I've got a parade to reach.
Yeah, man's to the parade to reach.
Got a parade to reach, bro. So yeah, man. So it's been a long time coming, fam. Like genuinely, it's been a long time coming, and like I think one of the questions we have to think about is like, why now? Why have we decided to do this now? I know I've been talking about this for time. I know I have. But what go on? Like, what changed for you?
I think I was always gonna do. I think if I'm totally honest, what changed for me is just the fact that the logistics were able to work out the logistics of how this will work, because we both lead busy lives. I'm not gonna say that my life is busier, but my life definitely has a lot of
That's cheeky.
a lot of cogs to turn. You know what I'm saying? So being a husband, being a father, being a leader in many different capacities, business owner, all this sort of stuff, logistics just had to work out. And we want to bring something that's consistent. We don't want to do something and then let it end. Like, life is about seasons as well. We've done a lot. Like, we could reel off a list, and hopefully in future episodes we'll be able to tell you about all the different things we've done. That's visible evidence that we've got out there on the internet right now.
Literally.
And I think in growing in maturity, I'd say those were definitely seasonal. Could they have lasted longer? Yes. But right now, I think this is definitely the perfect opportunity just for us to go where we can go in conversation, and hopefully you guys can follow us in our spheres.
Yeah, man, our spheres, man. And I think that's one thing that we're going to make sure we talk about each time, like how things going on your side of the sphere. Because as much as we share a space as twins, at the end of the day, there's also a separateness in that as well. Yeah, I'm trying to say, which is, I guess, it's a weird dynamic. So to navigate. I'll probably talk about the shifts in time throughout life as well. So going.
Yo, I don't know what just happened to your audio just then, bro.
What happened, fam? You can't hear me.
This is real time, you know. Oh, there you go. I don't know what just happened then.
I don't know.
Yeah, you good,
like,
you good.
I was just saying that we have like looking at like the different seasons in the life. So from 0 to 11, we were probably together all the time because same school, shared the room, this, that, and the other. And then separate school and secondary school, adulthood, marriage, relation. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's going to be interesting. And I think it's a dynamic that people probably won't. We're just bringing people in, innit? We're bringing people in on the sphere. But at the same time, your side of the sphere might be different to my side of the sphere, and that
100%.
Every day. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's good. But like, bro, like we're talking about this, and I remember you said a quote. What was the quote again? He said, men don't write books anymore.
They do podcasts. Yeah, men don't write books anymore. They do podcasts. And it's funny because I actually got that quote off my uncle on my wife's side, and it was literally the fact that we were, just to give you the context, we were sitting down in a car, and he was giving me his life story, and I was like, yo, you need to put this in a book. He goes, nah, men don't write books. They do podcasts. And this was years ago. I was like, I deeped it. I was like, okay, but it stuck with me. And the truth is, I could write 100 books, 100%. I could write 100 books, but yo, let's tell the story in this type of format. There's so many things and so many ways we can go, and also it allows us for us to segue. You know what I'm saying? But it's a good quote, good little quote to remember, because think about your life. Whoever's watching this right now, what stories could you tell? And maybe it's an opportunity for you to go into the podcast realm. So we're just taking that opportunity.
Yeah, and it's not a thing of like just trying to take advantage of just the fact that, you know, people are doing pods. This is genuinely something that one we spoke about for years. And to be honest, we both do content. You know what I mean? So, you know, you do your thing over on Alex Leon Online. And then obviously I was doing I Am JD Morgan, which probably will kick back off soon. But then there's also Villa Noir, you know, which is the main thing right now. And I was like, yo, we both got the gear, we both got the capacity. Well, we've got the capacity now. You know, we can give an hour a week to kind of chop it up, you know. We do this anyway. This is what we do. So yeah, bro. Men don't write books no more. They do podcasts.
So this is what, chapter 1?
It's chapter 1, isn't it?
This is chapter one. So I know you're probably going to hit me with the question. I'm going to hit you with the question because I want to hear what's going on in your side of the sphere.
Well. I think there's a lot to unpack in life anyway, but that's not today's situation. In my side of the sphere, bro, I'm not gonna lie, this is all it's been. Yesterday was such an amazing day. I was nervous from the morning, didn't really eat. Obviously I do my content stuff, so I streamed like 3 times yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the game itself. So I was just excited and going over to Villa Park last night. You know, as soon as I saw the trophy lift, you know, man was on the way. You know what I mean? And
you went?
Bro, I went, man.
I told people you didn't go.
You haven't watched my WhatsApp story, bro.
Yo,
if you watch my WhatsApp story, bro, I saw Mandem there.
I was fast asleep, man.
I caught a couple of people there still. I saw a couple of people there. It was a good vibe. You'll see when you watch my WhatsApp story, you'll see who was there.
Times I've muted everybody's WhatsApp story.
You muted mine too. That's disrespect. Yeah, man. Why?
Because it's basically social media, but that's a whole different thing in it.
Fair. Well, you trying to stay off socials?
I'll get into that when I ask my question.
Other than that, really, that's the only right now. That's the only thing. Obviously, we know. Outside of that, there's the, you know, work stuff and all that kind of stuff. We'll get there eventually. There's a lot to unpack with that. But I think overall, Villa, within the sphere, on a deeper level, I'm just seeing not to sound like super spiritual in that, but you know, I'm kind of seeing God's hand kind of just move really kind of powerfully, where, you know, grace and mercy. You know what I'm trying to say? You say, don't cry. I'm not going to cry, bro.
Yo, I'm sure you got that sound machine. You should have played one soft music.
I might have to put something on there, innit? But real talk, I think I'm just seeing things happen that, you know, a few months ago I probably didn't think were going to happen, you know. So I'm just grateful, and it just reminds me of, I'm trying not to be mad, like too deep in it, bro. But like, you know, Clack preached the other week in it, and he talked about grace being, you know, God giving us what we don't deserve. And then he says mercy is God saving us from what we do deserve. And I'm just like, I've seen both of those things manifested. You know what I'm trying to say? So just real grateful, man, because it could have been a different way. Could have been another way. You know what I mean? But yeah, talk to me. What's going on your side of the sphere, my bro? What's going on, man?
I'm good, man. I'm genuinely good. I think what you just said then, it's funny because I always wake up with some sort of a song on my heart, majority of the time.
Sing!
And the one that, no, not to sing, to listen to. So I was listening to Great Is Your Mercy by Danny McClurkin.
Great,
yeah, man. The live version where they're all doing the
yeah.
But it was just like...
Were you doing it? Were you doing the riffs on them too?
Nah, I was just listening.
Okay.
But Mercy, man, like, so many things I should have felt the consequences of in life, and I just haven't. And I believe that's by God's mercy and also His grace. And then I think just my side of the sphere is just, it's looking busy, but because of the nature of my work, I got a little bit of a break next week. but I don't call it a break. It's got to be productive. I've spent a lot of time with my wife and my children, but then at the same time, it's got to be productive. Got to use some of those hours to push on, to kick on. Starting a new program in one of the schools I'm in after half term. But we could get into all of that. But genuinely, if you're talking like an emotion, how am I feeling right now emotionally? Optimistic.
Yeah.
Optimistic, genuinely optimistic, and I think
That's
it's
powerful,
coming
bro.
with more order in my life. I'm optimistic.
You know why that kind of makes me feel good, because I remember a few months ago we spoke and you said, every time at this point in the year I kind of go through like a transition or something, and I wouldn't say you were nervous, but you were just I think because you didn't know what it was going to be or anything like that, you were kind of, there's a bit of apprehension there. So
What it's going to be now.
yeah. But in terms of like now that literally probably at 3 months, 2 months on from that, you're able to say, okay, I'm really optimistic about everything that's going on and what's next. And because sometimes we can get so crippled by the next, do you know what I mean? The worry about what's next. And if anyone's gone through, anyone knows that crippling or the danger of the crippling is me after this past year, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like that uncertainty, a lot of things being out of your hands. To get, man, it can cripple you. It can really cripple you, and there's days when it does. So
you know what's crazy though, bro? Like this just came to my mind right now. We're born with nothing in our hands. Genuinely born with nothing in our hands.
Naked, I came into this world. Hey, glory!
But it makes me think like we're born with nothing in our hands, and over time we're given responsibility. Yeah. Over time we're given jobs. We lean into our gifts. Yeah. We start working the time that we have with the things that we're given, because we were never ever born with those things. Yeah. So as those things get taken away, or as certain things, start to come to that place of uncertainty where we don't have as much control, we're just going back to our original nature. We should actually feel comfortable not being in control. And the reason why I say that is because
preaching, bro.
We should feel comfortable not being in control, because life happens. And I think we take so much control on. I'm just thinking right now, like, of all the things that stress me out is the fact that I know what's happening, but the truth is I don't. I have an inkling, I have a plan, but do I know it's going to go that way? No. So if I actually get to the understanding that, life, actually, I don't know what's going to happen. I have an idea. I'm optimistic about what's going to happen.
You don't know.
I don't know if it's going to happen.
Oh, so don't know.
Whether I'm optimistic or pessimistic about the thing that I think is going to happen, it still might not happen. So I think we have to get used to relinquishing control daily, because then our days will just flow a little bit better. It's not saying don't plan. Man, I ain't saying don't plan. I'm saying in order to really sit in purpose in life, I think a lot of young guys, and females, but speaking to guys right now, a lot of young guys feel this every day. It's like the I don't know. Like, I don't know is such a negative thing. Yeah. Sometimes I don't know is okay, because you're not going to know everything.
Yeah.
And I think that's why when you just said about the uncertainty, I'm like, bro, really, most days we are uncertain, but if we change the language, we just don't know. Uncertainty has such a negative connotation, when the reality is uncertain means I really just don't have control over this thing right now.
This man's preaching. Oh, just like what? 15 minutes in, a man of preaching. This is what it is, bro. Now, real talk, now, you're not wrong. You're really not wrong. And I think that's the challenge. And, people will know we're believers. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. We're not we're people of faith. We believe in Jesus Christ. And
good now.
Nah, it's fine, bro. You have to know.
Bro. I'm not even saying it in a negative. I'm just like, people need to get to know, bro.
As a believer, it's one of the hardest things to be in a space of uncertainty or nothingness and still be like, okay, God. Yeah. But then what you just said is powerful because, bro, we came in with nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I
And we
thought,
leave with nothing.
isn't that script's from Job, right?
Yeah.
You know, naked I came into the world.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
And because Job at the time obviously lost everything, and people then were telling him to curse God, this, that, and the other, and he's like, "Yo, I've got nothing more than I originally had.
Yeah.
I'm back at base level. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
That's it.
And bro, like the past year's it's nearly been a year, to be fair. It's been mad. Do you know what I mean? And there's too many days, bro, not knowing. Too many days not knowing what's next, not knowing what's going to come. Too many days where everything's out of your hands,
Yeah.
relying on people, people to be nice, people to be gracious, people to be, to be, I don't know what the word is, bro, just to do right, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And when that doesn't come around sometimes,
Yeah.
it's a lot of the disposition is to then question God's goodness and God's grace. And it's like, nah,
Yeah.
what are you saying? You had more than what you originally had anyway. And it's not about saying being grateful for not having anything. But saying, look, you're okay, and I'm gonna provide, and I'm gonna do this, and I've seen it, man. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I've seen it, bro.
Yeah, man.
I've seen it, man. It's not been, and it's not been easy, bro. It's not every day's been
Yeah.
straightforward and that. You get me?
And then people always talk about putting it into perspective, but sometimes that can be hard in a place of uncertainty. It's like, what did people used to say back in the day? And I don't say it like to mock it or anything, but they're like, yo, I don't like what was on my plate, and they'd be like, oh, but look at the kids starving in another country. But that still doesn't stop the fact that I don't like what's on my plate. I don't understand. Like I could think about that.
You know what I mean?
Think about it, but it don't. But like, yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah, I still
yeah,
have to deal with the fact that what's in my hands or what's on my
yeah,
plate is not favorable to
yeah,
me, and
yeah,
no, that's an honest thing, and it's not too. And I think one thing that is good, and I don't know how you've learned this. I don't know how you've learned this or how you've got there, is how you've managed to. Because I think part of it is understanding how to process and not accept, but process what you've got in front of you. Do you know what I mean? People's marriages break down, people lose jobs, bad things happen, people die. You know what I'm trying to say? How do you process what's in front of you? Because people say, oh, it could be worse. Ain't no one trying to hear that. I think the important thing is processing what's in front of you, and not allowing it to cripple you, because that's the difficult part, bro. Because it's extremes, isn't it? People say, oh, it could be worse, so just kind of move on, or people get so entrenched in what's in front of them, if it's not favorable, that they just lose themselves in it as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, what about, like, for yourself, what has been a key thing in making sure that in hard or difficult times you're not, because we've all had those moments, blood. Yeah, I mean, like, look at me the other day, bro. Man was nearly stranded in London, bro. Like, man didn't know what to do, man. Yo,
I know you.
You get me?
We're gonna have to tell them that. We're gonna have to tell them that story at some point. I don't think anyone's got this together. I think everyone's still processing. Do you know what I mean? I think one thing that's helped me lately, and I say lately in like the last couple of years, is learning an acronym called HALT. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Because that will then stop me in my tracks. Because I want to know if the thing that I perceive as big is actually as big as I think it is. So, am I just hungry? Or am I hungry and angry? Or am I lonely? Or am I just tired? So, is my response more out of the ordinary than it needs to be?
Yeah.
That's something that helps me on a smaller scale. But if it really is as big as it is, genuinely, after that moment of solitude where I've checked myself amongst that whole analogy, or what's it called, acronym, sorry, then I go on to people, the power of people. Like you said it before, like leaning on people, like just speaking with those that are closest to me. I know like a lot of people have trust issues. That's a big thing these days. Like, I don't trust them. I don't trust this. It's like you have to prove yourself so much to someone that it's more exhausting to earn their trust than to actually help them with the issue. Like, I don't get that. But the reality is that there comes a point in your maturity where you're like, you know what, I am actually just going to go out and trust people. But that's a slight segue. But I go and just lean on people that are quote unquote trusted. But there's other people that I do try new. Like, I had a conversation with someone just the other day, and he was like, yo, how do you speak to someone that you've known for a long time, but you're not at that layer? He says, you just go. So what do you mean just go? You just go. Like, he said, I picked up the phone and called this guy, and he was going to meet up with me, but I've never spoke to him on that level. I was like, so you're just going to do it? I'm like, yeah, but people do it in the line of work that I do to me. So I think sometimes, bro, sometimes it's going to take that. It's going to take a little bit of courage, to come out of that place. Man's doing it live, you know. He's like, yo,
I need to, bro. If I don't do it, I'll forget, bro.
It's practical, but this is it. It's like making sure that you're reaching out when you need to reach out, so then you can process, so you can peel back the layers.
Yeah.
Because if you don't peel back the layers, you're just gonna stay the same.
And sometimes you need that, and sometimes you do need like an outside perspective.
100.
That isn't.
You pay for.
Yeah. That's counselling therapy. Them two there, bro. Yo, I hear it, blood. I'm trying to say, like, sometimes you need the outside perspective just to give. They're able to see things, sometimes see areas that we don't see because they're not attached. There's no investment necessarily, like, especially with counselors and stuff. It's a professional investment, isn't it? So there has to be a stop or a pause to going too far into it. So yeah, man, that's good advice, man. That whole thing, I've heard. It's not the first time I've heard it. I probably need to utilize it more. To be honest, that would have got me out. It's a good way to
check yourself, you know. Like,
if you,
you got to check yourself sometimes, because, like, I'm not nice when I'm angry. Like, when I'm really angry, I'm not nice.
No comment, fam.
But the one that probably sticks out the most to me is probably the loneliness. You know,
I was about to say, L man, the loneliness.
Like, yeah, we got phrases for hungry and angry. You know, hangry. Do you know what I mean? People know about being hangry. Tiredness is pretty self-explanatory. I think the body shows massive signs of tiredness. The one that I felt definitely last year was when you get the tears, and I'm like, yo, this is mad. Like, those, and you ever been tired and just had tears streaming? You ever just had tears streaming down your face?
Nah.
That's extreme tiredness, bro. Extreme tiredness. And you have to listen to your body. Your body is literally crying out to you.
Oh, when I'm super tired, bro, I just go. My body goes numb. Like, I just feel numb. Yeah, so I don't get the tears. You get tears. I get the numbers. But
that could be when you're extremely exhausted. You could have been tired earlier, but we're not just seeing the signs of it.
True.
But that loneliness, yo.
Yeah.
And this is the thing that speaks.
And what's the measurement of loneliness, bro?
That's the thing, bro. That's the thing. A lot of people are lonely, but they're genuinely they're connected with other individuals. Like, we could have a whole chapter on social media talking about how, you know, you have thousands of these friends or these connections, but you're still lonely. Or you're actually meeting up with people in the flesh, but you're still lonely. And I think I spoke about this to somebody the other day. Like, I was very lonely in my 20s. Very lonely, and I've been able to look back in hindsight. I'm like, yo, man, what you say? What you say?
How you say? What you mean?
Nah, I have family, but like, lonely as in just trying to find solace in different things, people, events, and just trying to be here, there, everywhere. And I'm not talking about whole 20s. I'm just talking about a portion of my 20s. Yeah. But I was also figuring myself out. So I was like a lone ranger, but I wasn't, because everyone's quote unquote best friend. Not trying to big myself up, but like I was in a lot of friendship group
Yeah,
circles.
and circles and that.
But the truth is, I was lonely.
I hear it,
And I
bro.
think what takes that away really is being able to connect with others, peeling back the layers with different individuals,
Yeah,
and honestly just trusting.
yeah.
Trusted, man.
But it takes, like you say, it takes. I don't want to say it takes trust, but it takes that element of like, I'm just gonna do it, bro. Because like, for instance, like an accountability person that I've recently kind of just started seeking to get guidance from, like they've been around for years. Do you get me? But I've not really. They're not strangers. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not strangers.
100.
But it's about. I was like, you know what? I know this person. They know a little bit about me. They know a little bit about my past, all that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna have to just bear it all now. Do you know what I mean? And that was. It felt exposing. Do you know what I mean? And it, but it's necessary. But it's taking that leap, bro. It's taking that leap, and especially as men, black men, whatever people want to say, it it's hard. It's not hard. It's not normal. Do you know what I mean? I'm on that football panel show. I remember like a couple months ago we were talking backstage after the show, and I was just saying like, yeah, I get therapy. I'll go counselling, this, that, and then I'm like, what? Like, what? How? Why did you do that? And I said, brother, I need it. You know what I mean? I need that space to talk because I need that space to talk with someone that isn't attached to me, someone that isn't necessarily gonna, they've got training to be able to handle difficult things. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say? And
100.
bro, I'll if I look at the last, what year in our 2026, yeah? So if I look at the last 4 years of my life, yeah, and I think about obviously the things that I got involved in, the institutions that I got involved in, this, that, right? I needed, I should have never stopped having counselling in that season,
Yeah.
in that time. I think if I had counselling through that period of time and I stuck to it, I think some of the situations that man landed in, I wouldn't be there because a lot of the inner feelings. So like even down to the loneliness thing, bro. Like it's a real question that I'm gonna have to answer like now in life. Like how many things in life have been because of loneliness as a root? Because hunger we can deal with, we eat. Anger, we can kind of deal with that quite, what I'm saying? We go for a walk, da, 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 da. Tiredness, she said, you can just, you sleep, what I'm saying? You go sleep, you rest. Loneliness, how do you combat that? Like truly, because you can sometimes be surrounded by people and still be
Yeah.
lonely, bro.
Yeah.
That what I'm trying to say. And then sometimes lonely, like people mask loneliness with drugs, people mask loneliness with sex,
Oh.
people mask loneliness with alcohol. People mask loneliness with
Oh.
business
Now you're
ventures. Do
talking.
you get what I'm trying to say? They like loneliness. And if I really am gonna deep it, bro, right this second, man has to ask the question, bro.
I said I'm lonely,
No, dead ass, bro. Dead for real. Like respectfully, like I have to ask. No, I'm not. No. Man's not saying I'm lonely. No, I'm not saying I'm lonely. I'm saying like, joke, man.
Yeah. Yo.
I'm saying
Nah,
like, what
go on.
it has loneliness been an issue
Just getting at the
that has
definition,
driven.
bro.
Pardon?
Just getting at the definition
Okay,
of
what does it
lonely.
actually mean?
It says in the Cambridge Dictionary, which is my favorite dictionary version to use.
Okay,
Lonely is feeling sad because you are alone, or of something causing this feeling, like a
huh?
lonely child or my lonely room.
Okay,
A lonely place has no people buildings. I don't know. We're like feeling sad because you are alone. So maybe we need to look at
okay.
alone in
So being
it.
alone
Yeah, go on. You
then
got it.
equals so, and this is where people say, you got to be comfortable being by
Oh
yourself
wow, wow.
because it's not alone. Being alone isn't the problem.
Yeah,
It's about
yeah.
what does that mean for you? Does it mean that you are sad? And the thing is, I don't mind. I genuinely don't mind being alone. I've learned this. Like I think I'm in and out, bro. But I know that those moments of loneliness, they're strong. Do you get me? Like, I'll be straight, bro.
It's mad, you
When I'll
know.
be straight, fam.
Go
There was
on.
one moment I remember this, bro, and I'll say this now. Um, when there was one night where someone passed away, and um, obviously in the role that I was in at the time, you know, you have to show up for the family and all that kind of stuff. Um, and I remember it was heavy. It was real heavy. Went to the house and comforted people and people that I'm close to, and you know, but having to kind of show up in a certain capacity, right? And I remember leaving. It was about midnight because I'd been there from about 8. Yeah, left midnight. So okay, I'm gonna go gym, and I went gym. And I just sat outside the gym and I cried. And I just obviously it was heavy in it. You know what I'm trying to say, you feel it for people when people pass away. But then you know what it was, bro. And I'll be honest. In that moment, I just wanted a hug, bro. I wanted a hug. I was trying to say, not because of the grief side of things, but just because that was you giving yourself. There was a level of like giving that you gave of yourself and your emotions, and you have to kind of hold a certain kind of line. And I remember just saying, and the thing, and bro, I'll be straight. I didn't want a hug from my mom. I didn't want a hug from my brother. Do you know what I mean? I wanted a hug from someone that was mine. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's what I wanted. Didn't have it at the time though, did I? Do you know what I'm trying to say? And the problem is that the danger with that is, all right, I can't really, this is really what I want is someone to just kind of say, yo, I got you kind of thing.
Yeah.
Can't really, don't really have that right now. So you go and mask it with something else. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And I remember that night, who did I ring? I rang, I rang JD and I said, brother, because ringing you after a certain time, there's no point. You know what I'm saying? You answer the phone. You know what I mean? But I rang JD, I said, brother, just make sure I go home. I was like, yo, you got my
Nice.
location. Just make sure I'm home in half an hour. Do you get me? Because I was just like, because this is what I'm feeling right now, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And it's managing, it's managing those things, bro. Because and like you said, maybe the taking on that whole thing is real imperative because it will cause me to just pause, you know, and then be able to remanage that that whole thing there. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Oh, 100, bro. That's what it is, though. It's the acronym is the acronym for the reason. Like, just pause. I think you can easily cover, like I said, H, A, and T, but then that L is hard. And I think for me, I would say I'm really alone, bro. I'm really alone. I'm really alone.
Not
You
with
know what?
my nephews, brother.
The funny one now is I'll get in the house and my youngest, he just follows me around everywhere. It's not a bad thing. It's just funny because I'm like, yo,
Man, like,
I haven't actually been gone that long in the grand scheme of things.
yeah,
But now that you're actually following me everywhere, this is really interesting. But that's when also if I not long for alone time because this that will get me in trouble. But when I am alone, I
yeah,
maximize those moments with myself. But I like myself.
yeah,
I think that's it as well. Do you like yourself? For a lot of people, they link their self worth to their situation, and that's the issue. Your self worth is not your situation. You have to be able to like yourself, and it's hard because when you are alone, guess what pops up? Everything that happened over your entire life starts coming to play. The things you got right, and the damn well the things that you got wrong.
100%.
And there's things that in my mind, genuinely, I'll be like, yo, that should never have went that way. But then people aren't around for you to apologize to, or sometimes as well, it's an apology to yourself that's not going to change your circumstances. So for me, being alone as well causes you to have to reflect. So are people ready to do that? So maybe exploring loneliness, just as a slight caveat, you might want to do that with a counselor or with somebody else. just so that you can, if there are things that come out the woodwork, you know what to do.
Well, to be fair, this was something that me and my counselor, we said we were going to move into talking about.
Mad.
Yeah, literally. But man's got to kick back on with the thing correctly. But yeah, it's definitely something to consider. This guy, bro, he gets so deep in the
Why?
first chapter, fam.
No, I'm not even trying to be deep.
You know
I
what I'm
just
saying?
think the
Nah, it's
whole
not.
point of when we're talking about even just life having chapters, I think some chapters people aren't afraid to close as well. Like, obviously, my main thing in probably the last few years has been okay with chapters closing. Obviously, speaking of like the transitions around a particular month, I won't even say the month right now, but like I know for sure that has always been a chapter closes,
Yeah.
but then another chapter opens, and you know, so a door closes, another door opens, or a chapter ends, and another chapter starts. And I think that's something that we have to be okay with, man. We have to be okay with endings, man. Like, got to be okay. Like,
Yo, you're not
got to
wrong.
be
You're not
okay.
wrong. But you're not wrong, but it ain't easy. You know, people. I'm
Bro,
sure when people, when people watch this, they're gonna be a lot of people that say it's not as easy as some people
hear it.
say. And you know, that maybe okay, some people are more ruthless. You get me? But even I would argue that even the ruthless people still feel it. It's just that you probably have a bit more tolerance to what is necessary to do. Do you know what I'm trying
Or
to say?
understanding of how if you
Yeah.
try to hold on to one thing whilst trying to grasp another thing, it's just not going to work out. You end up torn. And I
But
think for me personally, that's something that I've been through. And I'm not saying I find it easy, guys. Like, to tell a little secret, I like to hoard. Like, I don't like to hoard. I just do hoard.
hey, you get that
I
from
got,
one person and
and
one
I get that
person
from one
only.
person in my life. But the thing is, because of that aspect of hoarding, it makes me think that I don't want to let go. Sometimes I have plans of it in my head of what I'm going to do with these books or these shirts or these things like that. But everything's telling a story. But what I'm saying is that the story doesn't go away because you move on to another chapter. The story's still there. Part of the reason why we're doing this is so that we can document this. Because we've got a lot to say. And the amount of conversations we've had, I don't know how many words we've probably exchanged, but we've got to be in the billions of words exchanged over the course of our life. How about we let you hear some of these chapters and they might just help. You know what I mean? Loneliness is definitely a chapter, again, like for both of us, as we've said. And the different things can take you there, but what's at the root of the loneliness? And then also as well, what procedures or principles do I need to put in place in my life that's going to get me out of that place?
Not
What
wrong.
people do I need to place in my life that are going to lift me up when I'm there? And at
Yes.
what times do I need to be alone? Because if I don't process, then I won't reach the place of purpose. There's a whole lot of alliteration in there, and I didn't even mean to do that.
It's all right, man. You're a preacher, bro. You're a preacher, so it's in you, man. But listen, no cap,
Yo,
on a real, it's a perfect place to just kind of wrap up for today, man. Like, bro, appreciate you. You know what it is, man.
it's a bit deep, man.
Nah, nah, nah.
I feel
Okay,
like, yo,
we're in
man need to run
Toxical.
man need to run a Friday to.
Nah, it's
man need
cool,
to
man. Yo, start here. Yo, people, listen, man. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, if you're watching on the playback, just make sure you put a comment in the chat, man. Put a comment in the comment section. Smash the like button, sub to the channel. We're gonna be here every Thursday, 12 o'clock. Make sure if you can join us. Yo, lunch break, put it on in the background. You know what I mean? Listen to what we have to say. Or watch back at your own leisure as well. But this has been Twinosphere. I'm JM. This is Al. This is Twinosphere. Different minds, same roots, and that's so. We'll see you next week. Peace and God
Up the
bless.
villa. God bless.